Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ghoda Arts Festival 2021. I'm Vanessa Mirza, and it's a delight to be able to present the film Butterfly Soul by Eric Oberdoff and CA Humane. It's a pleasure that we will have Eric join us today for a conversation. So, Eric, why don't you come on?
Hello, Vanessa. I'm very honored to join you.
Yes, indeed. It's really lovely to have you with us. For those of you who don't know Eric, he is a choreographer and director based in Nice, France. He's done multiple projects, and today we have the pleasure of screening this very special film, Butterfly Soul. He's done projects in theaters, outside theaters, with educational institutions, with prison inmates, and all kinds of very, very interesting things. So, Eric, would you share a little bit about your journey, your interest as a choreographer and artist, and also what it means being part of this festival?
Okay, thank you very much. I come from a very simple social background, and I started movement through martial arts, actually, judo, I studied. And then my sister was doing a little bit of dance, so I started to move also, and I ended to join the Conservatoire of Nice, and then I was in the Paris Opera ballet school, where I graduated, and then I had for 16 years a career as a dancer in big dance companies in Switzerland, in Austria, and then for more than 10 years in Monte Carlo Ballet. During all those years, I was able to meet other artists from other discipline fields, from music, painting, video, photo, composers. And I always wanted to be able to bring a team of people and to make projects. And my interest goes to the other human being, how we are a single person, and then we try to make it work with others who have different culture, different background, different path, and different point of views, and which for me makes the richness of the world and this diversity. And I was very happy and blessed to be able to travel all around the world as a dancer. And all those ideas, all those items, I wanted to share with audiences. And one of the ideas through my work is to think that creation work, even for contemporary art, can be democratized and can be shared with most of the people. It should be shared with everyone, wherever the people are. That if the people are the public, the audience are experts, that's fantastic. But if they have no knowledge, it doesn't matter what. I'm sometimes even more touched when people have no knowledge of any arts, no practice, and they come after a performance, and they tell me that they don't understand what they have seen, but they have been really deeply touched and moved, and they even don't understand how and why. And so I believe that this is the purpose of art.
That's so
And
true, and that's so
to
well said. No, carry
oh, thank
on.
you, thank you. And therefore, I also wanted to imagine different ways of expressing and creating. And it is more than 10 years now that I started to develop dance on screen, and to be able to really think how the quality of the writing of the choreography and the quality of the writing of the movie, of the film, match it, can match, and how you can find a way to balance both of them, and to pull it with lots of quality to touch people. And it brings also it's another experience for the rhythm, for the way the what you can show details. And actually details are one of the things which pushed me to develop this dance on screen, because when I'm choreographing and when I'm with artists, or when I'm conducting workshops with kids, or you said inmates, and I can see sometimes little details on hands, on a shoulder, maybe a neck, or a glance in the eye. I can see all those details which you cannot share easily when you have the distance, even on stage, of course, but even in a museum, or where you're a little bit closer to the performance, you don't see all those details. And also, as a choreographer, I choose which point of view the audience will see the movement and the body of the performer. But with the camera, I can be much more subjective. So it's very, very interesting. It's another way of writing. It's the camera is much more subjective, but in the same time you can really go deep into details, and you can also tell things differently and touch people differently. And one also of the great thing is, well, in COVID, in these difficult times, I can be in India with my work, and I can share with the Indian people, and yeah, talking about sharing with most people as possible. This is a very good media.
Thank you once again for that. And just to comment on some of the things you had mentioned, I've really noticed that eye for detail in your work. I've seen some of your pieces, and we've also screened the shorter version of Butterfly Soul before, and it's a very moving film. And when I was in discussions about the Kalagora theme of Unlocked, this was the one piece that came to my mind immediately, because I feel like it has so much relevance for this time also. And I'd like you to talk maybe just a little bit more about the piece, because when I was reading the synopsis, it has the keywords of like fragility, and it's very, very beautifully captured. I've also seen it's quite minimalistic in terms of the movement and things like that. And there are just these subtle nuances. So maybe just how, because this is one of your older works, I think, but how did, even at that point of time, you find the interest in this? Yeah.
Yeah, the fragility is part of the balance of human character path. We're all fragile as somewhere, somehow, and as an artist, and also working with artists, there's always a point of fragility where you have to expose yourself. And this is true for artists, but this is also true for normal life. And we have at some point we have to expose ourselves. We have to open ourselves to others. And so I took this metaphor of a butterfly flying through the air. It's when you see it from very close, the butterfly seems flying randomly. it goes and with the wind, and suddenly you don't understand what it's doing and where it's going. But if you look in a field from very very far away, and suddenly you see the path, you see that the butterfly is knows where it's going, and you can see a line, you can see a journey, and I believe when I'm creating, it's exactly the same. It's during the day. I have multiple ideas, multiple doubts, emotions coming into my mind, and I feel completely, unbalanced inside. But because I'm leading the project, I try to show, like a still figure and very comforting and very sure of myself, which is completely untrue. And so, but this is also the truth for many people in normal life. And at the end of the journey, I can see, and during the journey, actually, during the day, sorry, I can see where I want to go. I know where I want to go. I know what is my goal. I know more or less what I want to say in a piece and how I want to say it. And during each day, I'm exploring different things, but I'm also full of doubts, and I don't know if I'm taking the right decisions or not. Um, but it doesn't matter. I know where my goal is. But so I wanted to show all that metaphorically through the path of like a time unit, in a time capsule. So it's a unity of time and unity of movements, but in the same time we have a big diversity of places. So you have some museums in Nice, all around Nice, and some other museums. You have all the Second World War bunkers, which are at the border of France and Spain, on the side of Mediterranean side. And you have an old brick factory in Vitry, very close to Paris, and this old brick factory became a creation center for dance, a national creation center for dance. So it was very interesting because and I forgot another location in Nice, a former slaughterhouse, which became like a place where artists are creating, and multidisciplines, lots of different artistic fields. And what I found out, and the film is shown and broadcasted very often in those places, because actually it kept the memory of those places in a time where they were in complete mutation. So the film is also a witness of the changes of the spaces and the use of spaces, from a slaughterhouse to an arts center for multidisciplines, multi-artistic fields creations. And a brick factory turns into also a place dedicated to choreographic art. So it shows also that places, like people, they can also change during their path, and the use of we have of those places has different layers of memories.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I was going to ask more. about your choice of these places. And indeed, while you join us in India, we are getting to discover more of France and all the other places that you have mentioned on the borders and things. But what was the process in choosing these locations? Was it that these were places you'd visited before and had somehow, spoken to you, or places that you were working in, or was it a special kind of a scout to find these right locations? So if you could share something about that, because I think whenever you're working with dance on screen, on film, the location adds so much. So it'd be great to hear your process.
Yeah, it was a choice. Those places I knew, and I knew there were also places full of memory. So the choice, I explained the choice of the slaughterhouse and of the bread factory, the ancient bunkers from the Second World War. They're also well, they're places. It's a place where which was dedicated to death and to give death, and it's full of this memory also of this a period of time where France was occupied, which was struggling also with its identity, and with pro and resistance against this those very frightening ideas. And so it's a place now where people go for picnic and go to make some graffitis on the walls,
Right.
and so it becomes it changes
Change,
again.
so
It's like
transformation.
it's like yeah, it's like a snake losing its skin, and so there's this mutation you can find in places. There are some museums, and museums are also places, and especially this museum, the Museum of Modern Art and Contemporary Art in Nice, is very central in the city, so you can overview the whole city. But in
Yes.
the same times, it's a place for creation, for contemporary creation. But once you create and you make a work of art, it's a contemporary art, but maybe in 2 years it's already not contemporary anymore because it's part of the patrimony. It's patrimonial.
Yes. 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 The heritage.
So it's all this idea of how you carry as an artist, but as a human being, so many layers of memories, and how when you go through spaces wherever you are, and you know that in India so much because it's such an old civilization, so rich, so you know that all the places you have and you visit, they're full of, I wouldn't say ghosts, but they're full of ancient lives,
Yes.
and how you can learn from those lives, and how you can bring your own ideas, identity, and you can help this place also to become other.
So I'm curious, how long did it take from the starting of the project to finally finishing the film? Was it a very long time or within a few months?
So it was a long process because we had to travel, and I had a very low budget. So actually, I have to say that I did everything myself at the time. So the filming, holding the camera, we were only
Oh
two,
my,
the dancer and
amazing,
myself.
incredible.
So everything, yes, everything is made like it's completely crafted on the spot. Of course, I knew the location, but I didn't have neither the time, neither the money to go before to prepare to. So everything was very instinctive. But in the
I
same
see.
time, the idea was also to use the frame is moving a little bit, and so this uncertainty of a path of a journey of this butterfly, flying. I could show it also using my own uncertainty and exploration, improvisation with the camera and with the dancer. So we had prepared a little dance material with the dancer, but then it was depending on maybe the light, because
Yes, the
everything
weather
was
also.
we were using really the natural light. So maybe it was good weather, maybe it was bad weather. Sometimes it was very, very windy, so we were using that on her dress, on the
Dress.
camera also, using some movements. So we were trying really. It was a journey itself, and it was a journey inside the telling of the journey. So that was very interesting. So it took us 2 months, but actually to achieve all the shooting. But actually, we had like for 6 days on no, 5 days in Nice, 2 mornings in near the Spanish border, and one morning only in Paris, because they were
Amazing.
and in Paris in for this brick factory. They were really destroying. They had destroyed the roof and everything, and they were. It was really during the work where they were redoing. So one you will see one of the frame is really from far up, and it's not
Yes.
made with a drone, because at the time there were no drones.
No.
So it's made. I had to climb in the cradle because there was a cradle there. So I was like, hanging there and looking down. It's so I was very, very high in the cradle, and just to be able to film from above, which is gives this wonderful image at the end with this zoom back.
It's very inspiring to hear. Thank you for telling us. I never have imagined you could have achieved so much. It's a really short time, and yeah, especially with just days to do the filming because it looks amazing.
Yeah,
So,
but
a couple of other questions. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. No, I wanted to say is sometimes when you have some ideas and you try to follow a line, and you let yourself carried by your ideas, you can with very little tools, and you can really achieve a great work. And I would like to encourage young dancers, young artists. Now it's such so wonderful. I don't want to speak like an old person, but today we have very simple tools like that, and where you can really make incredible films. So it's for me, it's very, very important to have strong ideas, and to follow them, and to trust yourself with your creativity, and then you can make really wonderful works, and you don't need to have an extraordinary crew, and you don't need to have multi cameras, and you don't need to have studios and everything. Money is nice. You can work in very good condition, but you can also make a very important work if you have the right idea.
Thank you for that. That is very encouraging indeed. And I hope for all the young artists listening, or even if you're not a young artist, but you're starting out afresh in this medium, that you could, yes, just run with your ideas and try things. I think it's important to keep trying, and a
Yeah.
lot can happen with that. One last question would be about the music, and how did that collaboration come about, and how did you choose it? It's again for me very, very moving and very much in accordance with the theme and
Yeah.
even the place and the setting. So, how is that for you?
So the composer and musician Jean-Christophe Bournin is has a bass, classical bass, and but he added on this bass he added one chord which gives a higher tune and closer to cello. And also he has some pedals, and he makes some loopers. So he has all this amplify. So he has this instrument, and he puts layers, and he can play and sound like a like a little orchestra. And he's based in Nice. His stage name is Mirakazam. I can send you and give you some
Sure.
links to go and listen to him. He's a very talented person. And actually, what I have to say is the movie has been made as a part of a live piece. And my idea was that the movie was opening the dance piece on in the theater, and was screened. And suddenly, at the end of the movie, you will see the last image. The last image is the dancer closing the eyes, and when she was closing the eyes, actually physically she was storming on stage. And so it was like you could follow her and her state of mind before, and then she was storming with tremendous energy on stage. And all that was with live music. Jean-Christophe Bournin was playing his bass on stage. So we decided that he would play, because he's very experienced to do live music with movies. So he has lots of experience in that. So the idea was that he would prepare some material, and he would improvise with this material watching the film live. And one little thing for the people who are going to watch the film is suddenly sometimes on the sound you will listen, you will hear some little coughs, or because actually it's a live recording from the premiere of the dance piece. So we did
Right.
live recording of the music, and I edited it, and because I wanted to give a life to this film as a whole work of art also. So I used it, but I used this recording. So it's also, the recording of the music is full of memories and memory of this premiere, but also you can even feel the people, the breath of the audience that day inside it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So I think right now would be a great moment to watch the film, and I request our team to screen it for us now. Butterfly Soul. Absolutely wonderful to watch that. And I'm sure our audiences have enjoyed it as well. Thank you so much, Eric, for joining us here today. This comes to the end of the session. If you have any last words that you'd like to share, um, any encouragement or advice, or just anything about the experience of this, go ahead.
First of all, I would like to thank you very much for choosing my film, and I'm very very honored to be able to show it to Indian people for this special occasion for this festival. And if I can say just about creation is about our humanity, is a witness of what we have in our deeper thoughts and concerns, fears. And I realized through the years that when you allow yourself to create, it can be a work of art, but it can be also crafting, or it can be every time you use your creativity and your imagination. First of all, you show something, a side of yourself, and you can surprise yourself. And it shows how much you have as a human being. You have a value, and it's allow you also to have more openness to the others, to the diversity, and to accept the differences. And that's why also as an artist, I try to conduct all those workshops, all those projects towards youth and people in a very difficult social situation. And I would say to create also is an act of resistance in times where we feel cornered, where we feel closed, and what we are now toward the health crisis the world is going through. So please go create. It's very, very important today more than ever.
Yeah, that's really, really so pertinent for what we are in right now, and so beautifully said once again. So this brings us to the end of our session. Thank you, Eric. A big shout out to Kalagora Arts Festival. That has an amazing lineup, so do check out all of the other programs. And if you have any feedback for this session and the film, do tag KGAF 21 on your social media or leave comments in the section below. Thank you for joining us and have a great rest of the day.